There's a new flashpoint between the centre and non-BJP ruled states. It's over the appointment of Vice Chancellor of central and state universities. Taking the lead and objecting to these changes are the southern states. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, Kerala's Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan have vehemently opposed the draft regulations put out by the centre, and so has Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Stalin has in fact written to chief ministers of non-BJP ruled states. He has urged them to reclaim our authority over our institutions, also urging them to pass resolutions in their respective state assembly condemning the centre's proposal. The core objection is that these proposed changes pose a threat to federalism, give excess power to the centre, and that it undermines the authority or the say a state government has in such matters. The UGC has defended the draft regulations. But again, why are we discussing the appointment of Vice Chancellors, and why has that become a political issue? Hello and welcome, I'm Shubham Chohan. Let's get started. The story begins on the 6th of January 2025. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan launched the draft UGC Guidelines 2025. UGC is the University Grants Commission, which is tasked with looking after higher education in India. The last time such regulations came out were back in 2018. So it's like a periodic exercise. The 2025 draft guidelines broadly deal with two aspects. First is the minimum qualifications for appointment, promotion of teachers and other staff. The government says it aims to provide universities with greater flexibility in appointing and promoting teachers and academic staff. And second is the appointment of Vice Chancellor to universities. And that is the contentious bit here. At present, candidates for the VC position are required to be distinguished academicians. He or she must have a minimum experience of 10 years as a professor at a university or in a prominent research or academic administrative role. The new draft guidelines propose an addition. It plans to open up the Vice Chancellor's post to non-academicians, like seniors with at least 10 years of experience from industry, bureaucracy, and even public sector undertakings or PSUs. The other big change proposed is on the panel that selects Vice Chancellors. Earlier, it was a 3 to 5 member panel that used to do it, including the state governments. So in the case of state and private universities, one member of the search selection committee is nominated by the UGC chairman. For state universities, the rest of the committee is constituted in line with the state law. The new rules propose to make it a strict 3-member panel comprising nominees from the visitor or chancellor, UGC, and the university's apex body, basically excluding the state governments from this process altogether. For context, the visitor of central government and universities in India is the president. And in the state universities, it's typically the governor of the respective state who's also the chancellor. So the appointments of vice chancellors in the respective universities are appointed by these two heads. In other words, the new guidelines dramatically increase the governor's say. And it is that tweak to the VC appointment clause or rule that has sparked criticism from the opposition, especially from non-BJP ruled states who are already at odds with the governor, an individual, mind you, who is appointed by the centre over various issues. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin wrote to the Minister of Education, Union Minister, that is Dharmendra Pradhan, to immediately withdraw the UGC's draft regulations. He expressed concerns over encroachment on the rights of the state and educational autonomy. The Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly also passed a resolution in this regard earlier this month. The resolution was supported by other political parties of Tamil Nadu, including AIADMK, BJP's ally, the PMK. They argued that the new regulations undermine federalism and could harm the state's higher education system. Speaking at an event in Sivaganga district yesterday, Stalin said, "It is the state that drafts policies, funds infrastructure and pays salaries. Why should the position of chancellor be held by someone appointed by the union government? Until we reclaim the state's rights in education, we will not stop our fight." Now, Stalin, like I said previously, also urged other India bloc allies and chief ministers to move similar resolutions in order to protect their state's autonomy. His Kerala counterpart, Pinarayi Vijayan, responded promptly. He tabled a resolution urging for the withdrawal of these guidelines in the Assembly. The Kerala Assembly on Tuesday unanimously passed this resolution. Vijayan said that universities across the country operate under laws passed by state legislatures, which have the authority to establish and oversee these institutions. In fact, the Kerala Chief Minister went one step forward. His party, the CPIM, has called the move as part of the Sangh Parivar's agenda. The Kerala Assembly also opposed the proposal to allow vice chancellors from private or commercial backgrounds. Their concern being that it could lead to the commercialization of higher education, thereby eroding academic freedom and diversity. The UGC, meanwhile, has defended these draft guidelines. UGC Chairman M. Jagadish Kumar said the draft regulations seek to provide a robust process for selecting vice chancellors that align with the overarching goals of quality and transparency in higher education. He said the new draft guidelines are in line with the 2020 National Education Policy and also remove the ambiguities of the 2018 regulations. Now, especially in the non-BJP ruled states, the elected state government and Raj Bhavan have had multiple face-offs in the past over the appointment of vice chancellors. Let's take Tamil Nadu for instance, where there is no love lost between Governor R.N. Ravi and Chief Minister M.K. Stalin on so many issues. In 2022, the DMK-led government passed 2 bills to allow the state government to pick vice chancellors for state universities. As per protocol, that bill went to the governor for his assent, but of course, the governor did not approve it. Last year, Governor R.N. Ravi asked the government to recall the notifications to set up search committees for vice chancellors of several state universities. Ravi said that they did not include the nominee of the UGC chairman, a claim which the Tamil Nadu state government disputes. As a result, 6 of Tamil Nadu state universities are at present without a vice chancellor. Reportedly, some of these posts have been vacant from a few months to well over a year. This tussle even reached the doors of the Supreme Court. Last week, the Apex Court said it will intervene to resolve the differences between the DMK government in Tamil Nadu and the governor if these two sides fail to settle matters by the next date of hearing. Over in Kerala, then Governor Arif Mohammed Khan said he was being forced to act against his conscience by the Vijayan government in the reappointment of Gopinath Ravindran as Vice Chancellor of Kannur University. In 2023, the Kerala Assembly passed a bill to replace the governor with eminent educationalists as chancellors of universities in the state. That bill is yet to receive the assent of the president. So what does the constitution say in such matters? Now, education is part of the concurrent list in our constitution. It means both the center and state can make laws on these domains. But in case of a conflict, it's the will of the center that will ultimately prevail. But like I said earlier, in case of state universities, each state has its own law. The opposition rule states want a cap on how much the center can interfere in the state's domain. The ball is in the court of the UGC and the Education Ministry now to not just build consensus, but also be wary of encroaching into the domain of the states or undermining their voice in any way by appointing people the center wishes. That's all we have for this report. Thanks for watching.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.